Like every year, this year also we are here with our success stories of the DU LLB program, which belongs to the 2022 year. And हमारे साथ again there is an aspirant, जिनकी बहुत ही interesting journey रही है, and he has secured a whopping 340 marks with 16 rank. We have with us Murad Ahmad today here, and हम उनकी स्टोरी जो है वो डिस्कस करेंगे, उनकी जर्नी शेयर करेंगे कि कैसे उन्होंने इस एग्जामिनेशन के लिए प्रिपेयर किया, एंड वी विल टू टेक सम टिप्स right from the horse's mouth. So let's invite Murad here to discuss his strategy with us. Hi Murad, welcome to the channel, and first of all, many congratulations to you for securing that 340, which is a big mark out of 400 when we're speaking of DU LLB. Sabse pehle, we would like to understand something about you. What's your background? What are you into? What are you doing these days?
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much. I come from Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, and so ever since I was a kid, I was sent to a boarding school. I did my class 1 to 8. I did from Nainital, and then I came back to Delhi. So I did my class 12 from DPS RK Puram here, and then I joined Hansraj College. I did my English honors from Hansraj, and then I prepared for Delhi University entrance test, and then I got through. And today here I am.
All right. Okay, Murad. So, like, what made you do law? How did you choose it to be a career option?
I mean, frankly speaking, I don't chase money, nor do my parents, and they've always asked me to, focus on, a profession that gives you respect in the society. So it could be a doctor, it could be an advocate, it could be civil servants. You're working for the people. You're not just working for yourself, and you're not just running after money, but you're working for the people. You're helping people out. It could be an advocate, fighting for the people in the courts. It could be a doctor, treating their patients, or it could be civil servants who are always there on the field. So I have this thing in me that I have to do something like this. I have to get into a profession like this. But obviously, I cannot become a doctor. So either I can be a civil servant or an advocate. So both my preparations are going alongside. So I'm preparing for UPSC examination, as well as I have joined the Campus Law Center. With the grace of God. So I'll be in this profession also.
All right. So, like, how did you get to know about this examination?
So I got to know this about this examination because when I was in college, I had my seniors who would just graduate from college, and they would study and get into the faculty of law. So one of my senior, he told me that if you really have to, if you're serious and you really want to come into this profession, so I think if you look at the various famous legal luminaries, the various high court judges, the Supreme Court judge, a current chief justice, various other chief justices, they have all come out from the faculty of law, Campus Law Center. And so they always encouraged me. My parents, I told my parents, so they said, okay, if you're really serious, why don't you just give an examination? So I went to YouTube, I typed DU law, and then I came across your channel. And from day one, I'm associated with your channel. Each and every step you guided us, you gave us all the important information. So here I am. You also encouraged us by telling that you are also a product of CLC. So that's also an encouragement for us, because if someone like you who's there on the platform, followed by thousands of people, and if you are also a product of CLC, it means it's good. So I got to know about CLC mainly from your channel and my seniors.
All right, great. So now that you've cleared the examination and we're here discussing your strategy, let us get to know how did you actually prepare for this examination, and like what was your foolproof strategy section by section. Let us have a look at that.
Okay, so I think the first thing that you have to do, if you are sitting for any competitive examination, is you have to really know what you have to study. What is the examination pattern, and when are the examinations conducted? Are you eligible for that exam? And so you have to know the syllabus. The most important thing before starting the preparation for any competitive exam is the syllabus. So for the syllabus, again, I said, since I'm associated with your channel from day one, the syllabus was there on the platform, and also I went to Google and I got the syllabus. So I noted the syllabus, and I divided the syllabus into various sections. It could be the constitution section, the static section, the legal, the English, logical, maths. Uh, because if you look at the syllabus that is given on the DU's official website, I think it's not comprehensible to the new aspirants. Yeah, because they won't get, okay, so what do you have to study? Legal awareness, and so you really have to know what you have to study in those particular subsections. So I noted down each and every subsection, the chapters, the topics, and then I got to know the sources. Now I think it's very important to sort of just truncate your sources. It's very important. You can't have thousands of books to study. It's better to study one book 100 times than to study 100 books one time. So, you have to know the important sources. You have to know reliable sources. Because if you go to YouTube and, you go to the market, you are going to get hundreds of books who are just selling their books, for monetary gains, but they're not giving you anything. They're just misguiding you. So you have to trust on reliable sources. You have to get those books. Then you have to really just go to the syllabus. You have to make a checklist, and each and every section is important. But I would say more specifically, you have to focus on the the constitution and the legal section is very important. So for the constitution, you have to know about the background of the constitution, the state hierarchy, the central hierarchy, the president, vice president, prime minister. You have to know all about this. So I refer to, if I may take the name of the books, I refer to Lakshmikant for Constitution. I refer to it. It was the go-to Bible for me. I studied Lakshmikant for, because I have been preparing for the UPSC also. So I studied Lakshmikant for around 20 times. I've studied Lakshmikant. So, I won't say that, but I know, but page by page, I know Lakshmikant. It's a very, very humongous book, but I know it page by page. And I would, advise all the future aspirants that if you are serious and if you are preparing for constitution, you should go to Lakshmikant. Now, coming to the legal portion, the legal portion is divided into various, laws. It could be the Indian Penal Code. Number 2 is tort. Number 3 is contract. 4 is family law. 5 is constitutional law. 6 is intellectual property rights. So you have to, I think for IPC contract, you have to refer to the bare acts. The bare acts are very important. For the constitution, I would say you can skip the bare acts, but for the IPC, you have to know the various sections, because it's divided into 23 chapters, 511 sections. It's not very difficult. So the sections, sometimes, in this paper also, the one section directly came from, it was the criminal misappropriation, I think it was.
Yeah.
So one section directly, it came from the bare act. Then so for that, you have to know a little background about the IPC. What are, the terms like murder, what is culpable homicide. So for that, I think people can watch your videos on YouTube, or they can refer to AP Bharadwaj sir's book. It's also given. It's a comprehensive book, and it's very informative in nature. Coming to contract, again, I would say, please do the bare act. Please do the bare act, and you should know the bare act. You just can't just open up to section 1 of the Indian Contract Act says this. No, you have to know when was it drafted, who was the father of the Indian Contract Act, who drafted it. You have to know all, these background things. You have to know a bit, and then you can just know about the Indian Contract Act. Then I think one more important thing I'd like to mention here is that please don't rote learn all the sections. What I'm seeing is that many people, they're messaging me, they are just learning all the sections. It's not required. You don't have to rote learn. You have to be conceptual. Your concepts are to be cleared. Because in the examination like this, which is becoming very competitive, your concepts are all that are going to be tested. If your concepts are clear, you will be able to get through. And if you're rote learning it, I think it's going to be very difficult for you. Now, coming to torts. Now, for torts, I would say AP Bharadwaj sir's book and some of your videos, because what you do is you very beautifully, you sum up, in one video, all the various important concepts of torts, or it could be IPC, it could be contracts. You just put up a video which is very informative in nature. So after studying from the book, one can do is just go and revise it from your videos. A revision is also initiated, and it's very helpful also. Now we have done with this. Now we are coming to family law. Now, family law is a very vast chapter. If you see people that are studying in the first semester of, will be studying family law. So it's a very vast chapter. You have to just sort of bring it down. You have to, know what to study. So mainly in family law, you asked about the Hindu law and the Muslim law. In Hindu law, it could be the Hindu Marriage Act, the Hindu Succession Act, the Hindu, Maintenance Act. Adoption Act, and you have to know the various sources, the schools. So it's not difficult if you know what you really have to study. In Muslim law, you should know about the types of divorce, about marriage, about the various schools, the sources. So you have to know about this. Now coming to constitutional law, I think the questions are not asked always, but you can't rely on the mood of Delhi University. Now, I'm sorry, Central University. They could ask you questions from constitutional law. So you should be knowing the fundamental rights, Articles 12 to 35 thoroughly. If you are very clear with that, so I think you will be good to go through constitutional law. Now, coming to the IPR is mainly all about patents, trademark, copyright, geographical indication, and it's trade secrets. So you just have to just go and basically understand these concepts, the examples. You have to know which thing is what. You have to know, like, for example, what is geographical indication. We had a question from geographical indication this time. Now what people did was people wrote it as copyright. Incredible Treasures of India. It's not copyright. It's a title. It's geographical indication. If you use your common sense, you'll know what are the treasures of Incredible India. They are geographical indications. It could be the Kashmiri shawl. It could be the toys that are made in Tamil Nadu. It could be the Assamese tea. So you have to understand the concept. This is again where I'm focusing on the importance of concepts. People who did not get through this year, I was there on various Telegram groups and WhatsApp groups. People were not thorough with their concepts. That is where the aspirants make the mistake. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to learn it. It's not, I would say, it's not anything like a history or a geography. You have to be conceptual in nature. Your concepts are going to be tested. So this is the legal portion. Now, apart from this, we had the legal GK. And all I would tell all the future aspirants are that for legal GK, your channel is just the go-to area. If someone really wants to know about the legal GK, you put up very informative legal GK videos every month. I think they're very, very helpful. So I think if you make a point or you save those videos, you keep on watching it once or twice in a month, I think they're going to be enough for you. The legal GK is done. Now coming to the static portion, the static GK was also given a lot of importance. I think till 2020 we had around 20 questions from the static GK. So the static GK is tested because if you're giving a law examination in India, you have to know a little background about India. So you have to know the various states, you have to know the high courts, their capitals, about dance forms in India, you have to know the various books, you have to know the literature, the currency, and so I think there's this book by Lucent General Knowledge, or you can pick up Arihant's. If you just go through that book once or twice, I think it's going to be enough for you. But please don't skip the static portion. It's very important. You're going to lose out on very, very precious marks if you ignore the static portion. Please don't do that. Now we have legal. Apart from that, I think what I did was I made a list of around 100, if not less than 100. I made a list of individual topics. I made a checklist. Like, I consider this examination to be, I would say, a semi-final of what was to lie ahead. So, for example, I wrote about the various new projects, the schemes of the government, the new capitals, the new high courts, even about the chief justices of various high courts. And if someone is following on social media, you also keep on giving these little information tidbits here and there. So you have to be very comprehensive in your preparation. So you have to divide, if I may just sum it up, please just refer to the syllabus, divide the syllabus into various sections, make a checklist of all the important topics, rely on, just some good sources, bring it
Hmm.
down and just follow those sources thoroughly. And you
Hmm.
can sort of complement those sources with your YouTube channel and your social media account, your Telegram group. And I think
Hmm.
one can easily crack it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we do provide a lot of information on an Instagram account, which I'm not sure that many of the YouTube people are actually following. But yeah, whatever update comes, we do provide it there. Uh, One thing
Ma'am,
I,
sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I would like to compliment you for this because I think your channel, in fact, you were the only one who was just telling the students that you have to be prepared. The cutoffs could rise above
yeah,
250. So you were not keeping your students in the dark like other YouTube channels, like
yeah.
people for 230, 228, they were saying that ho jayega, ho jayega. So the
Mm-hmm.
students thought that, okay, bhaiya or didi is saying ki ho jayega, so they did not apply to any other university. They did not have an option, and
Yeah,
now their future is wasted. So it's
yeah,
important to rely on some reliable sources, one or
yeah,
two channels on YouTube, on Telegram. It's very important, and to not run away after these new mentors that have just
yeah,
cropped up on YouTube. It's very important to sort of neglect all of this and just rely on one or two important sources. So you are the only one who's saying that, mind you, the cutoffs could rise above
yeah.
250. So, but the student thought that, अरे मैम ऐसे ही कह रही हैं, मैम
हाँ,
डरा रही हैं, ये है वो है.
हाँ.
But I think that I think you told us in the last video that you did give us a very good reality check.
Yeah,
So it's
I
very
did.
important to have a mentor like this.
Yeah, I'm somehow surprised that people, it doesn't really go down well with people. Like time and again, I keep posting these videos in between. What if I don't get through? What are my backup options? And somehow there is this whole set of students who come up with their anxiety. अरे आपने ये क्यों video डाल दिया? हमें तो anxiety हो गया ये पढ़ के. And now, because there are many students who are not cracking it, they're coming up to me. What are the backup options? And I'm telling them, why haven't you paid attention to what I was saying? That, so this is not to brag about myself, but just to tell you guys ki it is very important to understand that if someone is speaking, they're coming from a place of experience and they're telling you this. So when I told you ki backup options rakh lo, private colleges mein apply kar do, diploma courses, and there's so many things that you can do, because you never know, there is so much of competition and you never know where do you land up. Even for now, the students who will be preparing for 23, the pattern, we're so uncertain about it. CUET PG pattern has been adopted, but the syllabus is not out. It's going to take some time for that to come, and we are very unsure, which is why I'm telling again and again. I'm telling each and everybody, because they are feeling that maths, अच्छा मैथ्स बहुत ज्यादा आएगा, साइंस बहुत ज्यादा आएगा, बीएचयू में ऐसा है, सुएट पीजी में ऐसा ही होता है, तो ये होगा. बट अगेन एंड अगेन मैं उसमें भी आई एम टेलिंग देम कि सारे सेक्शंस को इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस देके इक्वली प्रिपेयर करो, ताकि कल को कोई भी, देयर इज वन पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन दे गिव इंपॉर्टेंस टू, यू आर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. ऐसा ना, डोंट लीव लीगल कंप्लीटली और डोंट डू टू मच ऑफ मैथ्स. तो वो बैलेंस मेंटेन करना, वो चीज समझना बहुत जरूरी है, आई थिंक, फॉर द एस्पिरेंट्स. And since you were there for 2022 एग्जामिनेशन, एंड आई नो इंग्लिश मैथ्स रीजनिंग का इतना वेटेज उस टाइम पे नहीं था, शायद अब सुएट पीजी में वो बढ़ जाए. व्हाट डिड यू एग्जैक्टली, हाउ डिड यू प्रिपेयर फॉर इंग्लिश मैथ्स रीजनिंग? आईड लाइक टू अंडरस्टैंड.
Okay, so English, maths, and reasoning. I think the last 15 days, or I would say, if you're not very fluent in English, and if you're not really, if your maths area is not strong and logical is not strong, so I think you have to put special emphasis on that. But for me, I think it was easy. So I just did the last 15 days, I focused on English. So I practiced a couple of reading comprehension passages. I did the figures of speech. I did vocabulary. My father, what he did was, ever since we were kids, like from, when we are 6 or 7 years of age, he would give us the newspaper and the editorial, the speaking tree in the, Times of
Yeah,
India. So
yeah.
he would ask us to just highlight those important and, those tough words and go in
Mm,
the dictionary, write it down, learn those words. So I
mm,
think my vocabulary sort of got sharpened from that age. So,
mm.
but still, I revised the vocabulary, the figures of speech, the idioms. The idioms are very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes directly they come from there. The types of passages, and I think the passages, they're always philosophical or legal in nature. Like this year also,
Yes.
we had a legal. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a legal passage. So
Yeah.
it's important to read books on philosophy, or you could say legal passages. You get,
Mm.
hundreds of them on YouTube. So uh, I did that. For logical reasoning, I practiced the past year questions and
Mm.
the blood relations, or it could be sequences and series, or it could be, other things like that. Analogy, it could be. I did that. The past year questions were enough. For mathematics, as you told us, that, just, learn the important formulas and practice one or two questions from each
Mm.
chapter. So I did that. So I learned the formulas in maths. I practiced the past year questions for logical reasoning, and I did RCs. I did idioms, figures of speech. I did vocabulary for English.
All right.
So my English, because if you see this time in English, I think they had a good number of questions that were
Yes.
asked in English.
Yes.
I mean, it was surprising, but they had given us good number of
Yes.
questions in English.
Yeah. Good that, it's also the SWIT PG pattern will be good in the sense that now we will have a, strict section by section thing, and we'll have the proper weightage, because for now, since, such a long time we have been speculating, okay, each year, I've been making those videos, predicting like an oracle that what is going to happen and what questions might come, how much questions might come from a particular section. But Sweet PG will make it probably, a fixed pattern, and I'm hoping that, a proper weightage is allotted, and unnecessarily too much weightage to those sections that are not important is not given, which I'm
Yeah.
sure they will, as per my understanding, I feel they will keep the legal section, because it's a legal paper, and I've spoken to the faculty there. They've been reluctant on adopting the suet general paper. So that's what we are hoping for. Let's see how it goes. uh, the Another next important question that I'd like to ask you is, what do you think about mocks?
Mocks are very important. I think mocks are just very, very important. And I know people who just kept on saying that mocks ho jayega, they are just time waste, और क्या करना है, बस एग्जाम में जाके देना है, 2 घंटे कौन बैठ के mocks दे. But I think that's very, very immature to say, because your results are not going to fructify in the exam if you're not very well, I would say well practiced, if your practice is not good. So the mocks are not there to give you that sense of confidence कि अच्छा इतना marks आ रहा है. The main purpose of mocks is to give you an understanding of where you are lacking, the
Hmm.
areas that you're lacking, the weaknesses, your
Hmm.
strengths, your
Hmm.
weaknesses, your time management. So as I said, that in the first mock that I had purchased from your,
Hmm.
they're wonderful mocks, very
Hmm.
informative, and all the legal, all the current affairs, everything was there in the mock. So at a very reasonable price, to be honest. I mean, I did not believe at first. I thought that it is not genuine. I thought that I have opened some other website. When I saw that, okay, the mocks are there at such a reasonable price, and such a reputed institution is providing these mocks. So I purchased those mocks. In the very first mock, I got 229. I was disappointed. But I told myself that ma'am has also said that the purpose of mocks is not to really chest thump that, okay, I'm scoring these marks and just go
Hmm.
about running away. No, the purpose of mocks is to know what are the areas that led you to lose those marks. What are the areas that you're lacking? What are your strengths? How much time did you take in attempting the mock? So
Yeah.
I think mocks are very important. So in the second, third, fourth, fifth mock that I kept on giving, my marks also kept on increasing, and so did my confidence. Because
Hmm.
marks, the more better you do in your marks, the better confidence you have as you reach the examination day. So in the last mock, I scored 355 as ranked one. I was very happy, and
Yes.
I knew that I was
Yeah.
very comfortably placed. So here I am today, and I think mocks have played a very, very important role in my preparation journey.
Excellent. Okay. So I think we've had a whole clue about your preparation and your journey so far. And now that you're already there, you've been through that whole journey. What is that final, giveaway that you have uh, obtained from your preparation, and the takeaway that you have from the preparation, and what you'd like to give away to the students from your preparation?
Okay, so I think I would first start with the takeaway. The biggest takeaway from this examination is that consistency, dedication, determination, hard work. These are the four pillars that have been taught. That these are the four pillars that will take you to success. What happened this year was that the examination, even though this was not a COVID year, fortunately, but we still had the examination going on till
Very
very late. So
long.
people are
Yeah.
losing out on patience. People
Yes.
were losing out. One more thing that we have learned this year is the importance of patience. You have to have
Patience.
patience in life. People who did
Really.
not have patience, what they did was they put away their books. They just
Yeah.
said that ho gaya now, we are not going to wait
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah.
and they joined some other college. That's fine, and they stopped studying because afterward what happens is that you lose that enthusiasm that you have, that energy. When the dates are not coming, and then you don't feel like studying. So that is where you have to keep your calm. I mean,
Yeah.
I did not lose because I knew that the dates could come out it could
Hmm.
come out any time, and if I waste my time, so I'll regret, and then I'll
Right.
start panicking as I go into the exam. So the biggest takeaway is that you have to have patience. You have to be consistent and dedicated in your
Hmm.
preparation.
Hmm.
Consistent. Why I say consistent? Because what happens is that you study for 1 or 2 days and then you lose your energy. You go and
Hmm.
play out and you start partying and you go on vacations. So I think that's not the right thing to do,
Yeah.
because this exam is very unpredictable and there are thousands of other people who are waiting for that one seat in the
Right.
exam. So if you are doing that, you're losing out on that precious seat.
Hmm.
uh, uh, Another thing, the takeaway that I have from the exam is that you have to strategize. You have to be well planned. The importance of planning. If
Hmm.
you are well planned, if I think uh, if the importance of planning is such that if you plan well, you could just conquer anything in the world. Your
Hmm.
planning and your strategies have to be good.
Hmm.
For that strategy, you have to start with where you are heading, where are you
Hmm.
going, what you have to do, and for that the syllabus comes in hand. So the most important thing is you have to know about your eligibility, your syllabus. Like I had this thing, if I may show this.
Yeah.
I noted this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noted all of this from your channel. Okay. So
Hmm.
I made a list of all the sections and the various sources. And here it
Hmm.
was that the legal GK Ayushi ma'am I've written here. Yeah. Yeah.
Foolproof
So
strategy was
it's very
created.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a paper that stayed with me for the past 10 months. It's there. It sometimes I kept it in my pocket. If I would go shopping, I would keep it in my pocket. Ki, okay,
Yeah.
acha, ye abhi bacha hua hai.
बचा हुआ
So,
है हाँ
that kind of dedication you have to have.
yeah we tend to
Yeah, you
ignore
have to,
these the small things but I think these are
but
very
these are
very
very,
important.
very, very important things. You have to have that thing at the back of your mind. Okay, so I'm partying today, it's fine, but tomorrow I have to just get back on my desk.
Yes.
So, uh, syllabus is very important. The mock tests are very important. And I would say, again, I would repeat that reliable sources.
Correct.
Please, I would tell all the future aspirants, please don't just go on YouTube and any random person comes there as a
Hmm.
mentor and you start following the religiously. Please don't do that. You're wasting your time, your
Yeah.
precious time, your parents' hard earned money. You're losing out on your parents'
Hmm.
hard earned money and your future. You're playing with fire
Yeah.
if you're doing that,
Yeah.
because you just go to YouTube and for 1 or 200 views, they just write rubbish on their channels,
Yeah.
and that's very annoying because
Yes.
people are already so anxious and they just go to YouTube to
Hmm.
gain views. So please, the future aspirants, please just rely on important sources. It could be 1 or 2 sources, and obviously there's no other competitor. The Law Digest by Ayushi is the best.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is the biggest takeaway. And the
Hmm.
giveaway that I would like all the aspirants to is that, yeah, I mean, there's nothing, but it's just that hard work. If you really determined and if you are really enthusiastic about something, you
Hmm.
can just do anything in
You
life,
can
to
do
be
it.
honest. This is just a part. This is not, you say that, okay, I have just, I mean,
Hmm.
my parents and myself, I'm telling myself that this is just one step on the ladder
Hmm.
that I have taken. I
Yeah.
mean, now I have entered college and I have to make a place because there are going to be
Yeah.
toppers and there are going to be other competitors there.
Yeah.
So I have to make a place, at the front of the seat. I have to go there. I have to take knowledge. I have not just joined there to, put it on social media or tell my friends that, okay, I'm doing
Hmm.
law and from this and this university. What are you taking from the university?
Hmm.
So just you have to be very dedicated. If you're really serious about this, then enter this. Otherwise, please don't waste your time. Do
Yeah.
something that you're really, something that makes you happy. So this is the biggest giveaway. And on a lighter note, I would like to say that, this year, a lot of people came to know about the DU LLB exam from, Flying Beast, if you know, he had given this exam. So people got to know about this, and I know hundreds of people who writing ki bhaiya hai, to bhaiya se mil lenge, this, that. So I said, no, that is not the right thing to do. I mean, you can somewhere outside, don't waste your 3 years, or don't waste someone else's seat, someone who's serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is like that.
Yeah, good that you have that kind of sense and that kind of understanding about the exam, about strategy making, about planning, about life in general, which is very important. I think today people are
Very
losing
important.
focus due to very many factors. There's so many distractions all over, but yes,
There are many
it was
distractions, and this is where the importance of mentorship comes. So you
yeah,
have to have good mentors who tell you what is right and what is
yeah,
not.
correct. It was very great having you here, Murad, and the
Yeah, thank you
insights
so
that
much,
you
ma'am.
shared.
Thank you.
I'm sure they'll be very, very valuable for all the aspirants, for the future aspirants who are
Yeah, ma'am.
preparing, irrespective of whatever the pattern is. I think whatever Murad has shared, holds a lot of importance, and he's speaking with utmost honesty. And there are certain things that you should actually work upon, which he's told us. You should plan, strategize, know your syllabus properly, limit your sources, rely on good sources, reliable sources, and create that whole plan for you. Work meticulously towards your plan. Don't forget what your focus is, where you actually want to go. And even then, even later when you clear your examination, you're able to make it, then again there is this another journey that will
Journey that
lead you
begins.
further.
Correct.
And you should just keep your eyes and ears very open, and you should be very alert with your whole preparation and everything. It was absolutely a pleasure having you here, Murad,
Thank you
and
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I mean, it's an honor. I mean, I failed to mention this, but it's just an honor to be on your channel. I mean, you won't believe this, but way back in June, I started practicing these mock interviews. I was very confident that ma'am is going to take my interview if I score well. So when I would go, on night walks after dinner, so I would be talking to myself. Okay, so I tell ma'am this. So thank you so much, ma'am, and it's an honor to be on your platform. So people who'd be walking beside me, they'd be surprised that who is he talking to? Embarrassing at times, but thank you so much. It's an honor
yeah.
to be here. I mean, this is another achievement. When I got your, when you sent me that
Mhm.
message that okay, you'd like to interview me, that was another achievement. That was an
Right.
achievement in another level.
Yeah. I completely get it. And all of us are at that stage at one point of time. Even I may have been, I don't remember as such, but then yes, I'm sure I also may have been at that stage at one point of time that, I'm speaking and people are listening to me and I'm making sense out of whatever I'm speaking. And yes, today I think I'm at that stage for now, at least.
Yeah,
Let's see
100%. Yeah,
what
yeah.
rolls
All the
further.
best, ma'am, for your. Yeah, all the
Yes.
best.
And all the best to you too. I hope you make your dad proud and you clear your
Thank you. Thank you so much.
examinations. All the very, very best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you, ma'am.
Same here.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.